Good evening from alldognetwork.com in behalf of the WooFdriver.com, and WooFdriver on Facebook is where we're broadcasting live, streaming tonight. And it's a Tuesday night here, September 20th. It's about 6:41 Pacific time. Come on a little early tonight. We're not going to have a huge, long hour and 15-minute deal tonight. We're just going to be here for a little bit because we're going to do something, again, different tonight. We've been doing different things that have been a little bit out of the ordinary, what we've been doing since we started the breed shows on the dogs. And we've done a lot of them, and we're going to continue to do them. And we're gathering our little audience's video stuff here. It says we're live, we're building an audience for you. That means that the notification must be out about the show and where we are here. And we're just jumping and jamming here with a little groove to get everything warmed up as we usually do on Tuesday night here, Tuesday evening on the West Coast. Weather report, we get a little overcast, cooler, still a little humid, but not bad. A little showers, minor rain today in the California area, which is great. We need it so badly, as most everyone does. Well, except those that have the floods. God bless them for that. Doesn't seem like they spread the water around exactly right. Whoever's in charge up there, you know, they dry you out and then give you little teas, and then it gets back to getting hot and sunny again. Although it was kind of strange, today was in the high 80s in the humidity, and then back in Palm Springs today it was like 70, perfect weather. So the weather's shifting to the desert, being, you know, where you want to be a lot of the times during the winter. Alicia Morris is here. Good evening, Debbie is joined. Good to see you. Here's Mary Delmore from Georgia. Debbie's here. Everybody's here. Good evening, everybody. Linda Sherlock, it's me again. It's hot in Florida, yeah. Yeah, usually by now it's still through September. You know, I lived down in Miami area there for quite a while, and I remember October through, you know, come April starts to rain, but it was, it's the perfect time to be down there, South Florida. Well, South Florida is nice. Get the great winter weather. That's why all the snowbirds come down. We call them snowbirds. They did. Anyway, we're here tonight. We're jamming to a little music there. Our little theme thing we call Jumpin' Jammin'. And Dixie's there. It's nice in Ohio, yes, and the weather's starting to get nice back there finally. Fall is just outstanding weather. We love the fall. It's it's Alicia, but it's spelled Alicia. It's okay if most people say it wrong. Alicia. Got it, Alicia. Thank you for correcting the grammar there on the spelling. Always helps me to know what's going on with that. So a little mellow music on here this evening. Just keep things mellow. So, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do not too long of a dissertation here. Nick is here. Nick Mullins, good to see you. Forgive me, because way back in August I saw a post that I didn't answer about. You said, well, what time are you going to be on or something? Forgive me for that. I saw it last night. These things post in funny places. You know, you kind of miss them maybe when they come up or where the message was sent. Forgive me for that in Facebook deal, because I'm not always on the Wolf Driver site normally. That's his site, so he would be on there looking at the stuff. Perhaps that's where that message went to, the question. So Nick, yeah. We're just varying the times when we come on a little bit. You know, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. You know, so between 6 and 7:30, something like that. It just depends on what's going on. There's a lot going on all the time. Jackie Wolf, hi from Dilworth, Minnesota. Hello. Liz Ord, hello there. First time I'm on here. I'm glad you joined us. This is a dog show about the different dogs and the love of all dogs, and a group community of people who love their dogs and love music, and we just like to put things together. So in order for me to for you to get your head around what we're doing in a more substantial way than just seeing what's going on right here, right now, is to go to All Dog Network. One word. Janice is there. Hello, Janice Nichols. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining me. All Dog Network. One word. All Dog Network. Together. No spaces. .com. AllDogNetwork.com. And where there's a whole bunch of headers at the top about adventures, exclusives, this, that. Go to the end. You'll see hosts at the top. Click on that arrow and you'll see Bucky Harris. Well, they'll come down on the other side then once you hit the thing on the left. You'll see all the names of all the correspondents and the hosts that do these different kinds of little live broadcasts on Facebook Live for the WooF driver and his All Dog Network. And click on mine, you'll see all the shows we've done. They're just all over the place. They'll even be there when you get to the site. Love dogs, alldognetwork.com. That's it. Yeah, you'll if you haven't seen what we're doing, it's fun. Basically, I think we do a bunch of different breeds. Every night we kind of do a show 7 days a week if we can, and have a different breed featured with a little ditty song we write about it. The lyrics are posted there, just silly stuff. Try to put it together for each breed and show pictures and talk with people about what they have, what they want to know about, the facts and figures of all these breeds the best we can to get an idea. All the specifics about different breeds of dogs for different reasons. And we've started pretty much with purebreds. We're still on purebreds because there's so many before we go to hybrid dogs that are, mixed together and bred on purpose to be Lababulls and Labrapoodles and all these different, it goes on, right? The combinations are infinite numbers. I have a toy Lapissu. Yeah, cool. Lassapoo, Jackie says. We mentioned that. So we mentioned a bunch of dogs in some of these ditties. You can catch up with all this stuff on alldognetwork.com. And if you go to Liz, wooftunes.com, WOOFTUNES.com, WooFtunes, Mimi joined. Hello, Mimi. There all this videos, music, poetry, and stuff about dogs that we produce for the WooF driver. And all his words and lyrics and his psychology and his wisdom about dogs and stuff, hopefully cleverly put together, and we put them into music productions over the last 8 years. There's hundreds of pieces of material, videos, just crazy stuff like you've never seen. So if you examine those two sites, you'll get a good idea of the eccentricity of this project of loving dogs and music together, brought to you by the WooF driver. And this shirt represents his wolf pack. He's a husky guy. He has 4 Siberian Huskies he deals with, and a little Chinese crested as well. But the Huskies are his thing, and the adventures are with the Huskies. So his main breed of choice is the Siberian Husky. That's why we get these shirts. There's WooF driver on there, as you can see. And we have guitars, and we got all kinds of stuff here that you haven't seen. But examine those sites, and you'll get used to what we're doing. Anyway, Bella been sick again with ears. They say it's because of Sharpie the pit bull. Wow, getting infections or yeast or something, huh, Janice? The vet would know what's going on there, I would think, between the two, whether there's some kind of relationship and a problem there. I'm not a vet. But good luck with that, nonetheless. Everybody posting can see each other's posts, I hope, just like regular comments on a site, on a page. And you can talk to each other, ask questions, aid it with any kind of answers to things. Of course, that's great. It's not fun. No, it's never fun. I've had my trouble with Buster and his infections, his ears and his skin. Andrea, good to see you. Hello. And I've had to deal with that since I got him when he was 10 weeks. He's 5 years old now. We kind of got a handle on it now. He has to take actually a itching pill every day. This new Acapulus or something. That's a magic pill that the vet, this particular vet, got a hold of that not all vets can get. Is there any issues with that? It's just an allergy in the air that you don't even know what it is. He's done everything you can think of to figure out why does he itch and develop red skin. Well, he's allergic to something that's in the air in this area where we live that sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's gone, sometimes it's there. Next thing you got him on this pill that seems to work. So the doctor finally, after going through the food and the shampoo and and all this stuff, antibiotics, and finally find this pill that works and is safe to take every day. How long do toy mix breeds usually live? That's a good question. I don't really know off the top of my head, but I do look up things, when I do my research, and on each dog breed, they usually have the lifespan on the breed. So we're talking about sorry about Bella. Yeah, Liz says, Jackie wants to know how long the toy mix. Yeah. Let's see here. Of course, you can look up almost any dog life expectancies. Of course, when they're a toy mix, like poodles. Let's say I have a rat terrier poodle, just for kicks. Or terrier poodle.
WooF dreams.
I got an idea here. Now on our shows we have all that. If you look at our shows, let's see something for you here. Let's look up something here. Let's do a my Basset Beagle, Fanny, has an immune system problem, although he had to beat it, but they were on meds again, and she's doing great and has one heavy. Any advice on this problem? Maybe someone will chime in there, Linda, on the Basset Beagle. But you were talking about the let's say we did a toy poodle mix. Just look this up for you. So again, it depends what it's mixed with. A regular poodle, 12 to 15 years, so it could be, probably about the same or less. It just depends on what it's mixed with. Mixed with something like like we do a Labrapoodle. I did a poodle on this purebreds. They haven't done the hybrids yet, as far as that goes. So, it's hard to know when you have to look up each one and see. But a Labrapoodle, for example, lifespan is, let's see if it even says. They have some genetic eye problems. It doesn't really say the exact lifespan on there. So, most dogs you see in anywhere from 8 to 15, 16 years general. So again, if you see each purebred and see what their lifespan is, so the poodle's 12 to 15 years, and just say a lab, just for kicks. Well, let's just do a lab by itself, and a lab by itself is 10 to 12. So 10 to 12. So if you have a Labrapoodle, 10 to 12 average is in there is just go on the low side, say 10. And if a poodle is 12 to 15, add another 3. Something like that. So I'd say mid-teens. Depends how, keep them as healthy as you can. So, doing those calculations is a whole nother program, which you can extrapolate. But the average age of dogs is 10 to 15, 16 years usually. Depends. Whatever the case. So, tonight, what we're going to do different in the next few minutes here, so we're talking about cats. We had a request a long time ago, and we kind of let it go. We didn't really do anything about cats. So I said, and then the other night, I think it was Roy or someone said, hey, can we do cats? I said, I think we could do a cat show whenever we feel like it. And if we get a higher demand for cats, we can do more shows. But tonight I thought just introduce the cats. The things that most people think about when they think about having a cat if they don't already have them, and they have dogs as well. I had a problem with when I had a cat before I had Buster, bringing Buster in, and the cat got ticky-tacky because I didn't really probably know how to do it right. Mimi says, cool. So tonight, basically, I'm just going to go over some cats, just the basic main breeds that you find, and show you a few other things that I've found. We talked about the DNA testing of canines. Well, they have DNA testing for felines as well, a different company, DDC, where you can do it, and it's like about half the price as the dogs. Okay? But in the meantime, I will get to that in a minute, but I just want to go over these, the basic breeds. I'm going to show you some of these since we'll go through them and kind of name them. There's quite a few basic popular breeds. You'll see this Abyssinian cat, and you got an American bobtail cat. We've seen a lot of those guys. American curl, a lot of more than you think. American short hair, American wire hair, cute looking guy. Mariano, hi, good to see you. A Balinese, wow, look at those ears, recognizable, huh? A Bengal, like a baby tiger. A Berman, there's a good old Billy Berman there, how cute. He may go to the synagogue on Friday night, Mr. Berman. How cute. Joke. Bombay cat. A British short hair. British short hair. English dude. Look at him. He had quite a mug, huh? I love the character faces. I mean, they're just unbelievable. There's a couple of Burmeses. You've heard of Burmese ones. Burmese, very high end. They're purebred. Then a Chartreux. Wow. Love that expression. Then we've got our Cornish Rex. That's a different looking body and the head. A Cornish Rex. A Cymric cat. Now I'm seeing names I've never heard of. Devon Rex. Wow. Egyptian Mao. Beautiful spotted. Exotic short hair. Like a pug dog face on a cat, kind of, sort of. Havana Brown. One of these dudes Cuban or something. Havana. Himalayan. They'll cut off there and run into the mountains, this guy. Scooting back to the Himalayan. There he is. Up on the table in the counter there, the kitchen. Look at this tail on this Japanese bobtail, curled little tail. I've never seen a curled tail on a cat with a double-faced eye. Sorry about that, Sharon. It's difficult to figure out what's really causeless, says to Sharon. Javanese, a Javanese cat. A Korit. Right there, Korit. A Maine Coon. Wow, that's different coloring, huh? Maine Coon. A Mannix cat. I wonder if he worked for Mannix on the TV show. Haha. Munchkin cat. Little Munchkin. There's a Nebelung. Wow. Look at that. Come over and get my Nebelung. Some lunch. Oh, look at this guy, Norwegian forest cat. This guy is serious. Look at that. Serious guy. And a Aka cat. Osa cat. Aki cat. Osi. I have to look at the pronunciation here. We're getting down to the O's here. So scoot over here and see what we got. And that Oki cat. Osi cat. There you go. And the Oriental short hair. Now he's not... definitely a different looking breed right there. No doubt. Oriental, got the squinting eyes a little bit there. There's your Persian. We know about the Persian. We got that little puggy face on a Persian. Pixie Bobs. Little Pixie Bobs. A ragdoll. Very cute. We got the Russian Blue. Russian Blue. Doesn't look blue to me. And we got Savannah Cat. Looks Georgian, doesn't he? From the south. Little Savannah cat. Love the spots. Scottish Fold. Wow. Different. Selkirk Rex. Good old Selkirk. Not sure where he's from. Maybe he's Scottish. Kind of like a Scottish face, huh? Selkirk. Back to our... Here was right. Siamese cat. We know what a Siamese looks like. There we are. Small face. And we got the Siberian cat. Now I wonder if that Siberian would get along with the WooF pack. Siberian cats, Siberian Huskies. Looks like he's ready to go there. Just beautiful coat. So sweet cat, Andrea says. A Singapore cat. Singapore. I wonder if that's some kind of sushi. Singapore cat. A snowshoe cat. Beautiful. Those little paws. That face. Markings. Gorgeous. Somalia cat. Hope he's not part of the Taliban. That guy there. A Sphinx cat. Looks like he's got a good jacket on or something. His coat's so tight and smooth. Look at him. A Sphinx cat. And there's a Tonkinese cat, a Tonkinese. I'm not sure what's Tonkin with those markings there. Now we got the Turkish Angora. That looks like a very, very soft, sweet coat there, on there. Then we got the Turkish Van with some kind of tail like I've never seen. Is that his tail? That's it. Anyhow, I'm glad you guys are conversing about Liz's situation. It's so cool. You guys can talk each other on there in your comments. I love it on the show. It's so cool. Your interaction, the love of your animals. So we're bringing some cats into the scene here and start looking like these little kitties. Why not? You know, I'd say the majority of us have cats and dogs. And, you know, then when it's raining, you can say it's raining cats and dogs. They're raining in your house, outside, and you love them. So, we're going to do a lot of things with the cats on the shows. We're going to look at the order of popularity as we go. We're going to look at things like that. And right now, I'm going to just go over a few things before we make this a cat introduction night only. I'll be back tomorrow night with probably do some cats tomorrow night. And then also some WooF driver stuff, as we usually do, adventures and stuff like that. And the dog Ditty breed, we'll just have to see how that goes, because we want to integrate our cats in there if you guys are okay with that. I can. I have 5 cats, 3 dogs. Perfect, Linda says. So you can share kind of the things we want to share if anybody wants to. So when we talk about, the most important thing I think is how do you train your dog to deal with the cats so there's peace, and how do you break them in together if you bring one home or whatever the case, you know. Ones that have already got them there in place, they probably got their little territories and things are working out for you, I hope. But when you think about it, you know, remember the kids, if you've got little kids that go, oh, Mommy, I want a kitty, I want a kitty. And you got these 2 huge dogs in the house or whatever. and you think you're scared about how you're going to do that. You know, how's that going to happen? Well, let's just go over some focus on training. First of all, you train dogs, not cats. I mean, cats can be trained in different ways, just by habits, of course, but they're not command takers as much. You can't say, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Sometimes it works, right? But they're not like sit and all that kind of stuff. So, focus on training the dog. The cats they're very independent, so they rarely do they follow commands. It's better instead to ensure your dog understands and obeys the command. Makes sense, like sit, stay, and leave it alone. Leave it. 3 basic things that you have to do. Been doing that with Buster forever, still do it when it comes to leave it. The 3 basic commands should be taught before the dog and cat are introduced. Okay, so you got to make sure your dog has the commands down first if you haven't already done it. Most people have, hopefully. And then you have to maintain a firm grip on both the dog and cat when you first introduce them. Or, you know, alternatively, put them both in crates and place the crates close to each other. It will give them a sense of security and make them less likely to misbehave. So they get to smell and know each other, and they're going to be there, separate crates if that's the case. Choose to do this away from the food bowls and other areas where the animals may feel protective of their food bowl. And do not introduce them during feeding time. If one begins to exhibit aggressive or fearful behavior, separate them and by reintroducing them again at a later time. And you want to supervise the dog and cat whenever they're together. And supervise them. That can take a while until you figure they're cool. They're hip, cool, they got it. They love each other. They're not going to hurt each other. If one begins to, so you want to get them, when they start any stuff, take them away, put them back in their crates, whatever, and let them chill. Know that that's not cool. And supervise them together. They should not be allowed together or mingle freely unless you are absolutely certain that they're secure around one another. Well, this is common sense, but how do you get there? These are the things you start doing. So, one of the things you can do is to shower your dog, though, with attention anytime it's in the vicinity of the cat. That way, he will learn that being around the cat is a good thing, and it will reduce any nervousness or malicious feelings he may have. Think about that. That's a tip that, makes sense to me. When they're there, you have to shower the cat. The cat he's independent. He doesn't get that. Oh, nice kitty. The dog does. So if the dog does, then he feels secure that you're not in favor of the cat and leaving him behind. He gets attention because he's the one who's going to most likely be that way. But anyway, these are things you just have to do, until you can feel it out and see how they are. And like I say, when you're holding them, the cat and the dog's there, you'll know if he's just cool with you and you don't make it a big deal about it. Not possessive. And then when you place the cat's food in a hard-to-reach area, again, so the dog won't try to eat it, make sure the cat can still reach it. There's no need to worry about the dog's food because cats generally dislike dog food anyway. So if you ever catch a cat nibbling at it, do your best to discourage. No, it's not your food and all that. Establish a safe zone for both the cat and the dog. They should both have each of their own private space where they can relax and feel free. So maybe the cat can be running around the house a little bit and the dog's outside, or whatever the case. You just have to feel out those territories and how that's going to work. And avoid punishing one as means to rescue the other. If a problem occurs, separate the two into their safe zones. You go back to go, like a Monopoly. Do not pass go. Start at Manhattan there. And they should have their own private space. Avoid doing that. If the problem occurs, separate them into 2 safe zones, which are usually those crates. At first. If you punish the cat for taking a swipe at the dog, for instance, then the cat will associate punishment with the dog's presence. You don't want that. So you want the opposite. So these things, as we go through them, make common sense. And once again, it's applying these methods and taking your time and do them slowly and patiently and keep them simple and just chill. They respect you enough, especially if you train your dog right, that this should work out pretty quick. Okay? You want to promote coexistence between them. After the dog and cat have been living together for at least a month, start forcing them to spend more time together. Hold the cat in your lap while the dog is in the room. Give them both treats at the same time. Things like this. Be patient, and the process will not happen overnight. We know that. It could take weeks or months before the dog and cat finally settle into a routine of coexistence that they're both comfortable with. So that's the general scenario. Okay? We're going to let you go tonight. My Boomer Siamese Coon Tabby mix. Okay, Mimi. So we're going to work on these things because it's integrating more love and interest in cats with our dogs. My cats are in their own space. They aren't with the dogs, but the house is big and it works for all of us. There you go. Linda has that. So read everybody's comments of how it's working for different people. Your environment, of course, has a lot to do with your living space and all these kind of things. Put all that together. I mean, my good friends, they have like, let's see, they have 1, 2, 3 little dogs. So 3, it's at least 2. Yeah, there's 2 dogs, little pugs, and a terrier. And they've got like, I don't know, 7 or 9 cats in the house. I mean, everywhere you look, there's a cat laying on the top of the couch here. He's in the chair there. They're in the other room. Some of them are skittish when you come in. They run away. Some come right to you. Some are waiting on the door to go out. It's amazing, and they keep track of them all. But it's easy, and nobody seems to bother anybody else. They're trained because the dog's trained to leave it from the very beginning. And they love each other. They don't bother each other either. They don't necessarily play with each other. They don't get in each other's face and throw balls. So that's the way it works. So we're gonna keep talking about that stuff, okay? So we're gonna jam right out of here once again on a Tuesday night. Introducing tonight, by special request, the cat scenario, and I'm gonna do some cat meow driver and the WooF driver together simultaneously on the WooF Ditty show. And until tomorrow, y'all have a great night. We pushed that one together tonight for you to have fun and get some new spark into some stuff. And I think the whole matter with another whole breed of cats is definitely something to do. Good night, Debbie. We'll see you tomorrow night. Hello, Mary. It's all good. And we love y'all for being with us. Share the word. Let's build this audience bigger we can. And the better, the more, the better. Thanks a lot. Good night, Mimi. Good night, everybody. Y'all take care. We'll talk soon. Cheers.